Now at 5, authorities discover a body in the ruins of a fire near Fairview, Missouri. Plus, the Carthage Technical Center celebrates 60 years, and
millions of Americans brace for disruptions to critical benefits as the government shutdown hits the 30-day mark. I'm Erica Brown with more on that and the multi-state lawsuit to use emergency funds.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities investigate 2 separate fires in Newton County, Missouri. In one, a woman is found dead. In the other, a woman is suspected for an arson. This is KOAM News. I'm Dow Quick. First, authorities have not yet released the name of a woman whose body was discovered in the ruins of a burned home yesterday. When authorities got to the house on Highway HH west of Fairview, it was already engulfed in flames. They battled that fire through most of the afternoon and into the evening before finding the woman's body inside. The Newton County Sheriff's Office and State Fire Marshal are now conducting a joint investigation to determine the cause of the fire. An autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow. Authorities believe another earlier Newton County fire yesterday is unrelated and appears to be arson. It happened at an unoccupied home on Highway 0. Authorities received information of a suspicious vehicle that was spotted leaving the scene shortly after the fire. They then spotted a vehicle matching that description and arrested the woman inside. She's 28-year-old Cheyenne Ingman of Shell Knob, Missouri. Investigators say they discovered electrical wiring in her car and determined the abandoned home was set on fire after wiring was removed. Tax bills are arriving soon, and Missouri's seniors over 60 might qualify for credits. Property owners who had property assessed at the beginning of this year should soon see their tax statements in the mail. Some Missouri residents over 60 will see a tax credit on their statement this year. If you missed the opportunity to apply for that tax credit for this year, there will be a notice on your bill asking you to apply for next year.
By law, the taxes are delinquent if not paid before December 31st. So midnight, December 31st, there's a cutoff. Anything after that has interest and penalties on it by law.
For Kansas residents, the first half of those bills will be due December 20th. In Missouri, the whole tax bill is due by December 31st. The Carthage Technical Center is celebrating a milestone marking 60 years of career and technical education in the community. School leaders hosted an anniversary event this afternoon. The center first opened in 1965 with just 4 teachers. It's grown to more than 30 staff members and offers 12 career pathways, including agriculture, manufacturing, computer science, culinary arts, health sciences, and public safety.
Absolutely. Successful education doesn't happen without community partnerships, and that's no more true than with career and technical education, where we try to support our business and industry partners, but at the same time they provide equal support for us, and so we felt like this was a good way to give back to them and the community as a whole.
The school is also launching a new student-operated farm. Construction students will build a barn this spring, followed by agriculture students who will help develop and maintain the land. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for our first look at the weather.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a beautiful one for us today. Temperatures pretty good, upper 50s to near 60 degrees, plenty of sunshine, not as windy, the drizzle, all gone, and we look pretty good as we go through the evening hours. 50s, 40s, we drop into the 30s tonight. Tonight's our first official frost advisory. We did have some frost during the morning hours today. This is our first advisory, first widespread frost across the region as we drop back into the mid 30s. Let me take you into tomorrow afternoon, lower 60s, so a little bit warmer across the region. What that means for trick or treating looks pretty good. We slide back through the 50s. We are going to have some clouds, but overall not too bad. We're going to look toward the weekend here in just a bit.
All right, we'll catch you in a few. The pain of the government shutdown, now in its 30th day, will soon turn to hunger for millions of Americans who rely on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, known as SNAP. The Trump administration says funding will run out on Saturday, but states have sued to keep the program running during the shutdown. Erica Brown has more details now from Capitol Hill.
In this Denver neighborhood, Urja Padel's Holly Market is one of the few places local families buy groceries.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
More than 70% of Padel's customers use SNAP benefits to purchase food.
We can survive this month. I mean, barely. Thankfully, I'm worried about everybody else. Feeding their kids, feeding themselves.
Colorado is one of more than 24 states suing the Trump administration to use emergency funds authorized by Congress to keep the SNAP program running during the government shutdown. Both sides were in court Thursday.
The money's there, over $6 billion in emergency funds that could keep SNAP going, and Trump has said don't spend a dime.
Republicans are pushing Senate Democrats to support a short-term spending bill that would immediately reopen the government, but the measure has failed to advance 13 times.
The Democrats are ready to continue this shutdown, I guess forever.
Both Republicans and Democrats say there are some talks underway among rank-and-file senators to find a way to end the shutdown and avoid lapses in benefits for the most vulnerable Americans.
We're seeing more discussions. Some of the Democrats I talked to are exasperated themselves and see no real benefit politically or otherwise.
The talks will go nowhere if Republicans remain completely intransigent and resistant to any compromise on extending the health care coverage.
Democrats continue to insist any deal must include an extension of Affordable Care Act subsidies to keep health care premiums affordable. Those premiums are set to increase Saturday when open enrollment begins for the Affordable Care Act. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The longest shutdown in government history was 35 days. That started in 2018 and stretched into 2019. The Senate is now adjourned until Monday afternoon, which would be day 34, making it likely that this current shutdown will become the longest ever. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley spoke with KOAM about the growing impact of the government shutdown, saying it's unfair to federal workers and families relying on SNAP benefits.
I mean, this is just outrageous. For 30 days, federal workers, federal law enforcement, all of these good folks have been going without pay. And here's the real thing. These needy families now, they are going to be really hurt come Saturday. And they shouldn't be. This is just wrong. And I call on Congress to reopen. If we can't do that, then we need to pass my legislation to make sure that needy families get their food assistance.
Hawley says he's working with Democrats and Republicans to move his Keep SNAP Funded Act forward, legislation that would ensure food assistance continues during the shutdown. Still ahead, technology helping food safety. Smartphone apps now scan barcodes to check food recall status. And next in Health Watch, veterinarians warn some Halloween treats and costumes put your pets at risk. Topping today's Health Watch, the risk of heart attacks and strokes rises significantly in the weeks after catching the flu or COVID. A UCLA study found both the flu and COVID, as well as chronic infections like HIV, raise the risk for serious cardiovascular events. Researchers say the study highlights how critical it is to get vaccinated for flu and COVID. We know that sitting too long isn't good for our health, but what may help is a cup of hot chocolate. Yeah, a University of Birmingham study found that flavanol-rich foods like cocoa, also tea, berries, and apples can help improve vascular function in men who are sitting for long periods during the day. Sedentary behavior can lead to a higher risk of heart disease and strokes. Halloween is almost here. It's tomorrow, and veterinarians are warning that spooky season can be a scary time for pets, triggering a spike in emergency visits. Bradley Blackburn has more on how to protect our furry friends.
Pet owners love to include their animals in the Halloween fun, but the American Veterinary Medical Association warns the festivities also land more pets in the emergency clinic this time of year.
A lot of pets are very susceptible to noise, and this can be a noisy time of year.
AVMA President Dr. Michael Q. Bailey says when trick-or-treaters arrive, pets may try to run out of the house. So you might want to keep them on a leash or distract them with a new toy in a quiet space.
You have new people coming to your door, and the pets may not be familiar and they may get stressed by it.
If your pet is dressing up, their costume should fit well so it doesn't cause them to choke or trip. Make sure they don't get into the treats, which can lead to toxic ingestions, intestinal blockages, and burns. Take glow sticks. While the material inside is not toxic, it is an irritant.
Just by biting into it, it's going to cause irritation to the gums. If they swallow it, then it's going to cause irritation to the GI system.
Keep the sweets, like gum and chocolate, far from your pet's reach.
Artificial sweetener, such as with xylitol, that in itself can cause a significant amount of distress and can be deadly. Chocolates can cause a significant amount of damage to the liver.
Laura Bierenbaum just adopted her pup Pigeon a couple weeks ago. She's celebrating her first Halloween with her new brother, Frank.
Sometimes loud noises make her scared, so I think we're going to be keeping her inside and calm, and if she wants to come out, great, but we'll have her unleashed.
To ensure she's safe and happy on the scariest day of the year. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
Veterinarians also recommend having pets microchipped just in case they run out of the house or get lost any time of the year. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, new technology helps consumers instantly check if their groceries are recalled.
Plus, cold night ahead for us tonight. And what about Halloween? We're going to look at that coming up. It definitely turned out to be a beautiful Thursday for us today. We got rid of the wind, the drizzle, the nastiness that we had yesterday. Today, a little chilly, but hey, not bad for the end, almost the end of October. Pretty much clear skies, have some clouds, a few showers kind of skirting to our north. Besides that, we are actually looking pretty good. Look at our temperatures for us tonight. Now, we're going to drop back into the mid-30s, but that's still above freezing, but right at the surface you get very frosty. We had patchy frost during the morning hours for us today, but this is going to be a widespread frost, so that's why it's the first frost advisory. By noon tomorrow, let's go upper 50s to near 60. We get some mid, some upper level clouds kind of streaming in as we go into the afternoon hours, but overall, not bad for October 31st. We can't rule out a random sprinkle tomorrow night, but I think for trick-or-treaters, it's shaping up pretty nice. All right, so you can see a couple little random sprinkles popping up Friday night into Saturday morning, maybe a quick batch of showers working through. Right now, I'm just going to keep it sprinkles in the forecast. We'll see if that can come together. If so, I'll put in a morning shower on Saturday. Then we get a northerly wind, kind of cool. Mid-50s, not bad for Saturday. And then Saturday night, we drop back again all the way back into the mid-30s. So another, well, actually near freezing as we go into Saturday night. All right, on your Friday, 36 to start, 58 by noon. High temp, 63 degrees. Trick-or-treaters, we drop, but we also have high school football. The two just kind of match up. So it looks pretty good. Yes, we're going to have the clouds. We'll slide back through the 50s as we go through the evening hours. What about your weekend? 56 Saturday. I have sprinkles on Saturday morning. Sunday morning freeze. And then 57 as we go into Sunday afternoon. Great shot. Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex looking northeast. Looks pretty good. Through the evening, 50s, 40s. After midnight, we'll get into the upper 30s. It's 55 in Stockton, Neosho, 56, 61 in Benina. Chanute is sitting at 60 degrees, but overall, not too much going on for us across the region. We have this kind of northwest flow, and with it, that's ushering in that cooler air from Canada. Here's that reinforcement shot on Saturday, keeping us into the 50s. Then you're going to like this. Get into a ridge of high pressure as we go through next week. What that means for you is mainly dry and nice fall-like weather, especially for the first week of November. So next week, mainly dry, still under the ridge. Then here comes a storm system. It will drop in late Friday into Saturday, and that will cool us right back down. What about Sunday? So let's continue through your weekend. Mid to upper 50s, not bad, but watch this climb. We go mid-60s on Monday. On Tuesday, now we're closer to 70 for afternoon high. So it looks pretty good. Not a bad forecast. All right, 63 on your Halloween, 56 Saturday. Don't forget, you gain an extra hour of sleep Saturday night, but it's also going to get dark at about 5:45, which stinks. Yeah.
Not a good trade-off. It's a long weekend, but then we have to put up with it getting dark.
I know.
just
It's crazy.
early afternoon, it seems like.
Yeah.
Thanks, Doug. Coming up, food recalls increase, but new research shows the safety system actually works better than ever. Topping today's Consumer Watch, how safe is the food we eat? Food recalls are a health concern, but there are steps for consumers to take before they buy. Michael George has that story.
The road from farms to store shelves to your kitchen table has some hazards along the way, including food recalls. Ben's Original Rice, Sprouts Smoked Mozzarella Pasta Salad, and Twin Marquis Thick Shanghai-style noodles are among products flagged this month.
Every time you turn around, something is wrong with the food, like recalls on this and recalls on that.
The number of recalls may seem alarming, but a new study from GS1 US, the organization known for setting barcode standards, shows the frequency of those warnings is a sign of a more proactive system.
Consumers believe, according to the study, that in general, about 85% said they believe that recalls are effective in safeguarding consumer health.
60% of consumers told GS1 they've avoided an entire food category because of a recall. Not all shoppers may know it, but they do have one tool at their fingertips: smartphone apps that scan barcodes and instantly check recall status.
Would be easier for us, consumers.
Scanning every item? Probably not, to be honest with you, but it seems like a good idea.
The FDA will also soon require stricter record keeping for high-risk foods like dairy and produce items to improve tracking.
It's a joint effort, I think, both on the regulatory side as well as the technology side to help bring more information to the supply chain and eventually to the hands of those of us who are purchasing food on a daily basis.
Data from the CDC shows about 48 million Americans experience a foodborne illness every year. But the FDA says the nation's food supply is among the safest in the world. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Now, when it comes to flying, bats have mastered the skies by seeing with sound, of course. Well, now engineers in Massachusetts are building drones that do the same. The tiny bots use echolocation to navigate through smoke, fog, or total darkness, places where regular camera-led drones struggle. The bots can also detect obstacles like glass walls, making them safer for search and rescue missions and able to find victims faster.
Current robots are big, bulky, expensive, and cannot work in all sorts of scenarios. Our robots are smaller. Because they're smaller, they're safer.
Creators say the drones are made from everyday parts, keeping costs low and making it easy to send swarms into action. Final check of the forecast up next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, authorities say at least 5 bodies have been recovered from southwest Jamaica as search and rescue teams work to reach some of the areas hardest hit by Hurricane Melissa. CBS's Jason Allen is in Montego Bay and we'll have the latest. Then on KOAM News at 6, learn more about tax bills being sent out and what that means to Missourians over age 60. Plus, in our Doing Good segment, see how a group of volunteers help others get identification documents. And in sports, preview of the Pitt State versus Missouri Southern football game coming up this Saturday in Pittsburgh. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. A lot of little trick-or-treaters, and particularly their parents, are keeping a close eye on the weather, and tomorrow late afternoon and evening, Doug.
Yeah, and it looks like a pretty good Halloween. We're going to be actually a smidge above our average high, 63 during the afternoon hours. Trick-or-treating, it's going to be into the 50s. We do cool down a little bit over the weekend, could get a few sprinkles into Saturday morning, and then a big warm-up for us next week. So we got trick-or-treating tomorrow, we got high school football tomorrow. And it looks like the weather's gonna cooperate.
Yeah, put on a sweatshirt and enjoy it.
There you go.
And it could be a little frost on the pumpkin by morning. We're gonna leave you tonight with some 4-state houses all decked out for Halloween. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 6. Let's make it a great evening.